just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
That's a you problem. I can't help you. Yeah, put it in the right pot, turn up the volume. Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. Powers can't hear in the headphones, and I'm like, dude, that is you, and it is show open. You double check that beforehand. You just trust that I can hear, and I guess that's all that matters.
I mean, I can hear you just fine. Headphones not working. Who cares?
Yeah. All right. Well, let me just stop the show and help. Put on my big boy pants, come over and do a little tech thing. I'm sure it's something like an unplug, plug it in, or you're using the wrong adapter or something. But definitely not something that I wanted to be distracted with when I open the show. Let me see. All right, fine.
Why? Look
at it. No, this is what I'm doing now. This is our show open. Daddy helping out. Powers here. Figure out the headphone situation. Oh, this is why you're not even using the proper headphone plug-in. What is this here? That's a camera. All right. You feeling better yet? No?
Nope.
No? All right. Take that out. Well, you broke this other one.
I did break the other one.
How about you switch the other chair? Well, this chair is not special anymore.
Apparently not.
Go sit in chair number 3. You don't even get the chair number 2 status today. You got to fix that. I'm grouchy. It's National Lazy Day, and I'm working. Well, no, I'm working on National Lazy Day. I thought this would be a holiday where I'm like, hey, Lotus, let your lazy ass jocks take the day off on National Lazy Day. How else are we going to celebrate? By working hard? Doesn't even make sense. Now I'm winded too. Oh yeah, that microphone's not on because you're in the wrong spot.
I agree.
Is your headphones work here?
Nope.
God damn it. Whatever. The whole thing is falling apart. It's the broom closet. No, just stay right there. It's fine. Doesn't it? Well, I guess you could switch over. Good morning. How's everybody doing? We are live here on radio, as you know. I got a great show lined up for you today that you don't know. And of course, tickets give away for Daughtry and everything else. I did get winded just by moving around. I wish, God damn it, I have to keep changing microphones because you keep bouncing around. So you're like, keep speaking into dead microphones. This is not like, me.
Yeah.
I'm very momentum friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I need to hit the ground running on the right foot to get that kind of just like I said, momentum going. And that carries me through the show. I take that energy and I utilize that in each and every break. I'm starting off on the wrong foot. This entire show is going to suck now.
No, come on.
Man.
We're going to recover. We don't even barely need to recover.
I don't want to hear that crap. See, you're lucky I haven't even been here today. I survived the gas station on Prince and Oracle.
Oh.
Yeah, which seriously was like club meth. I didn't even realize this. I was on my way back from having brunch with my mom. It was lunch, but she wanted to make it all fancy. And back to the station to do some BS work. And I stopped at this gas station right on Prince and Oracle. And I'm like, okay, that's down the street from the station and it's Oracle. I mean, it's decent. I mean, I live in areas where all the gas stations are, kind of littered with, people who are without homes.
Sure.
Is the best way to say it. Some of them straight up junkies. Some of them are just crazy looking. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And obviously it's growing, but this gas station on Prince and Oracle, man, like there was like 20 to 30 people just running the show. Just like they had like nobody cared. This is what was so odd about it. Okay. So they essentially were camped out. Like this is their spot, right? In and out of the gas station.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I go into this gas station. There's only one clerk, of course. This clerk, she looks dead to the world, like does not care. She's wearing a mask, and I know it's not because she's concerned for COVID. She's just trying to cover up the stench that keeps coming in and out of this place, right? And I go in there, and I'm like, man, it smells like just dirty booty everywhere I turn, right?
That's very specific.
Yeah, you know that dirty booty smell.
Yeah.
When you smell that, so like I'm trying to breathe through my mouth. And luckily enough, I look like enough of a dirtbag where I kind of blend in.
Yeah.
I had my shorts that I've worn 3 days in a row. I had a stain on my shirt from the lunch or breakfast I just had before and my backwards hat. I'm like, okay, good. at least I blend in. I don't look like I'm a mark coming into, this dystopian nightmare that is the gas station. It really is. Outside of the gas station, there's this pimped out yellow Hummer, right? And it just parked there. Yeah. And at first, when I walked up, nobody was in it, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe just someone in a Hummer was brave enough to park at this gas station and walk in and get something and walk out. When I walk out, there was someone sitting in there just lounging, and talking to the people. And I'm like, oh, this is the dealer who's set up shop and at the gas station. He has his clientele right here. He looked like In-N-Out Burger of opioids. There's a line around his car, right? And I'm like, how is this going unnoticed, right? And I understand if police in this town, they're like, I don't want to deal with these guys again. And, the gas station attendant's not calling the cops. She's over it. This is a gas station that is a well-known brand. I'm not going to say which one it is, but, they usually have certain things out for their customers, like, say, napkin holders. Mm-hmm. Well, none of the napkin holders were out because they didn't want the napkins to get stolen.
Right.
Right, which is odd. And while I'm in there standing in line, I'm not kidding, about 8 people went in and out to go to the Polar Pop, to the the soda section
machine,
whatever. Yeah. And then get their free ice and their refills and whatever. Just walk in and out like they own the place. And then somebody walks in and reaches behind the counter and just grabs a bunch of napkins out of the dispenser that's behind the counter.
Yeah.
And then walk out. It was nuts. And I'm like, damn, Tucson, what's going on, man? Why is it like this is the worst? It was the worst gas station experience, the most sketched out, like Mad Max on meth situation I have ever seen in my adult life. And I grew up in this state.
Yeah.
In all areas of not great areas, right?
There's a few war zone gas stations for sure. I won't go to a certain place on 6th and Speedway because it's just a death trap.
I'm telling you, that's go to Club Meth on Oracle and Prince. I'm telling you right now. Like, there were so many of them. I thought it was like the Dropout Boys and Girls Club just let them off at this destination. It was nuts. So anyways, I pick up some meth and I make my way to the... Okay, let's get the show moving. We got Morning More coming up after Bring Me the Horizon. Tickets today for Daughtry, 3 Days Grace, and Saliva. That's just some of the listener bait. Plus, we have some laughs coming your way. So keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Happy National Lazy Day. Yay. Don't do anything today, like every other day, huh? Huh? Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the podcast broadcast. In the studio here, we got Flying Half Full. Good morning, guys. Morning. Let me introduce the crew real quick to all my streamers. Powers is still here too, by the way. We got Alex, Mario, Jordan, and Steve. Good morning, everybody. Of course, Flying Half Full are attempting to steal the show and win the dough this Friday at The Rock. And I'm just ripping a music video, a trippy animation video that they put together and released about a year or two ago?
No, just maybe a month or so ago.
Oh, just like a month ago? Let me see this. What's it say on YouTube? Because it said
the Miami one.
Yeah. Well, look, you already got 3,400 views on that. That's nice. Yeah, a couple months, like 4 months ago.
4 months. That sounds right. A couple months. Time flies by.
Yeah. Did you use local animators for this?
No, we didn't actually.
So did you pay for this?
I did pay for it.
How much did you pay for this?
That's a secret. Yeah,
that's a secret. No, it's okay. Look, I mean, there is no embarrassing number when it comes to like investing in yourself, right? And say, hey, I believe in this song so much. I wanted such a great music video that I sold 3 cars, like my mom's car, my uncle's car, and my girlfriend's car. And I got this video financed. There's no shame in that game, you know? Yeah, okay, yeah, around there.
It took a lot of favors.
Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty good. We're going to be playing that here in a little bit. And don't forget to talk into the mic as well. I'll try to get your mics hotter, but so everybody could hear you. We're going to be live on the air here in about 23 seconds. And what's up, Powers? You just want to... Oh, okay. Oh, good. So Powers will be running around basically producing and making sure everyone sounds and looks good. Being basically the MVP 6-man of the podcast broadcast today, which I appreciate. 5 seconds before we go on the air. Check this out. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's a podcast broadcast. And we are live on youtube.com/beefvegan and, of course, all our social media pages. And in studio, we got very special guests who are performing this Friday at the Rock with their attempt to steal the show and win the dough. We got Flying Half Full. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes, so I'm stoked that you guys are on this. I'm looking forward to debuting on the podcast broadcast stream your music video for Miami. Which they won't tell me how much they paid for this animation, which I'm guessing is a lot, right? And then also we're going to be playing games. We're going to find out who in this crew is the ultimate wingman. And the question that we're going to ask this hour on our podcast broadcast is, what's the most insulting comment said to you? I want you to marinate on that a little bit, because when we come back, we're going to break down a list and share some experiences of the most insulting comments said to you, maybe not even purposely, like it was inadvertently insulting, right? I get a lot of like, hey, big guys, I used to, right? Before I started losing weight, and then I noticed that I have to lose weight again, because once the big guy reference starts coming out, I'm not over 6 feet tall. If you're under 6 feet tall and someone's calling you big guy, be offended, because they're just basically saying, hey, fatty. So we're going to break down that list after Jimmy Eat World. But first, here's Seether and Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's the podcast broadcast. Let's go. All right. So that's our little tease there and get into it. Right off the bat, who's got headphones?
Everyone but our drummer, Marty.
Okay. Get on those headphones, because let's just warm up by playing a little game. All right. Now, this is a game that we're going to play in between sets at Steal the Show, Win the Dough with people out there to give out gift certificates to like Thunder Bacon Burger Company, right? It's called The Last Word. It's a verbal hot potato game, okay? And since I got you guys already kind of like teamed up, we got Alex and Steve and Mario and Jordan, right? And the individual shots. It's a tag team edition of The Last Word. So here's how this game works. I'm going to give you a category. We're going to start with one team. They're going to give an answer. Then the other team's going to give an answer to the same category. You can't repeat answers. You guys are going to go back and forth. It's like a verbal hot potato. Whoever gets the last word in before 30 seconds is up wins the round. Best of 3 rounds wins the game. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have Alex and Steve start off. Alex, who's the lead singer?
That's me.
All right. So, yeah. So we'll let the lead singer go first. Again. All right.
Right.
Steve, what do you play?
I play guitar.
You play guitar. Okay. Lead rhythm? Lead guitar. Okay. Speaking to the microphone too. I know.
Lead guitar. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's a natural habit to want to look at the person talking to you, but
I'm sorry. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. I looked at.
I'm pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Okay, here we go. 30 seconds on the clock. Going to start off with Alex and Steve. Name something a porn star must do before shooting a scene, and go.
Taking Viagra.
Okay. All right. Jordan and Mario.
Drink water.
Drink water. Okay. Speaking to Mike. All right.
Drink alcohol.
Drink alcohol. Okay.
Take a shower.
Take a shower for sure.
Take a shower.
No, we already got a shower. Give me another
Change
answer.
your underwear.
Okay. Change your underwear.
Use a douche.
Use a douche.
Make sure the condom's good.
Okay.
Birth control.
Oh, yes. Birth control for the win. Mario and Jordan got the first round. The way you said use a douche, it was almost like if I was on the streets of New York being called a douche, use a douche. Use a douche. Forget about it.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So round 1 goes to the rhythm section. All right. Here's a round 2. And we're going to have Jordan and Mario start off this category. Give me a nickname a guy gives his manhood. Mario, Jordan, and go.
Bro.
Call your dick, bro.
Oh yeah.
All right. What do you say, Steve?
The gun.
The gun. Okay.
Little Jimmy.
Lil Jimmy.
Big Jimmy.
Big Jimmy. Uh-oh.
Willie.
All right.
Big Willie.
Okay.
King Kong.
Oh.
Your Highness.
Oh, shit.
Godzilla.
Okay.
Loch Ness Monster.
Okay. Yeah.
Reptar.
Oh. Oh, nice. So there it is. The rhythm section wins the last word. Oh, that's good too. It's turnabout is fair play. Usually the guitarist and the lead singer get all the shine. So I'm glad that the bass player and drummer could get a win. And considering you're lugging in most of the heavy gear and lugging out most of the heavy gear, I think that's appropriate. Let me ask you, Alexander, do you ever help Mario break down his drums?
Yes, I do.
Good answer,
Yeah.
because you should.
But
he does.
I make him drive the van. He's our DD. So it works
Okay.
out.
That's good. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the biggest pet peeve amongst bands. Lead singer just comes in carrying a little microphone bag. And like, I'm loaded, guys. Like, no. There's amps, there's, cymbals, there's all types of shit that goes into it. And usually the drummer has to get the brunt end of that. So I think the key to longevity in a band is to, roll up your sleeves and help them out. Would you agree?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. Now I see music videos on here that are a couple years old. So you guys been around for a minute?
Yeah. So we started around maybe like 2018.
Okay.
We found a new bass player, Jordan. That was years ago, actually around 2018. And Mario, we just got in December or so.
Nice.
Yeah, we had a really great drummer, Jesse. Unfortunately, he passed away about a year and a half ago and stuff. And,
Sorry to hear about that.
yeah, thank you. I
Was that
appreciate
COVID related?
it. It wasn't. It was during COVID, but it wasn't COVID related.
Was it a situation where he couldn't get into the hospital because the hospitals were too overloaded because of COVID? Because I did lose a few friends that way as well.
Nah, nothing like that. No.
Okay.
Yeah,
But still unfortunate.
yeah.
So,
And then we had drummer issues for a bit, and found Mario, and now we're back to gigging and writing new songs, and yeah, about to just kill it.
hell yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, and we're excited to have you on this show too, because that's the name of the game, is to kill it. You want to get on stage and perform better than everybody else. And when it comes to art, it's not a competition, right? But when it comes to entertainment and getting on stage and becoming that live band, it definitely is a competition, and you want to always steal the show, whether you go on first or you go on last. And so that's what the whole idea is here. And then we're hopefully hooking up with one of the bands with a fat payday. And I appreciate you being on this, Bill. It's going to be a fun one and a good way to get extra eyes and ears on you for the very first time. So we're stoked to have you. We're going to be on in about 20 seconds, and we're going to break down some of the insulting things. Have you heard, or have you thought of some like insulting things that people may have said to you? Don't say it yet. Keep it there. Keep it there in the head. Do you have anything? Okay. Some of these examples might jog your memory as well. Okay. So let's get on, do some radio content. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're hanging out here with Flying Half Full. And the question is, and if you want to weigh in on this on the stream or by calling 600 KFMA, you could do so. The question is, what's the most insulting question that has been asked you? Okay. It's a question or even statement. Okay. So, like, I'll give you an example. This is a thread that I saw on Reddit that went out of control, and I cherry picked some of my favorites. So this one person wrote, not even kidding, a date asked me this once. They asked, how long have you been Asian for? Right?
Nice.
Right.
Oh, wow.
To which, yeah, like, they wrote, my whole effing life? Like, how dare you?
Wow.
Right? Then that's a guarantee in how not to get laid, ask a question like that. Have you guys ever been asked an insulting question where you almost like taken back, like, oh, can't believe you asked that?
I do. I'm Mexican, but people think I'm white, so I have a lot of Mexicans like talking smack to me.
Oh, so
And
Mexicans
and then
talking
I'll
smack to you
and
like
I'll
you're a
talk
gringo.
back in Spanish, and they'll apologize for it. But I'm like, dude,
So-
it's like I know I look white, but that's okay. But I'm Mexican though.
Yeah, that's funny. That's great though, because they're saying it in Spanish and you understand Spanish, so
Yeah.
you have the ultimate gotcha. That's the one thing I wish I had. I could pick up Benito, but not enough to really know what kind of smack they're talking. Did I say
That's
Benito
okay.
correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks,
I'm
Mario.
bilingual, so it's cool.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad that you're able to catch him in that. Here's some other examples. Does it bother you that your sister is prettier than you? This was asked after this girl showed a date a picture of her family, which I thought was just nagging. I'm like, oh, you didn't bang this guy immediately? Apparently she was offended. Go figure. Sorry I asked. All right. Another person wrote, am I allowed to call you a dwarf or do you prefer a little person? Again, I feel like this is a neg because this girl's like, bro, I'm short at 4'11", but I'm not a freaking dwarf. Right. See, this woman wrote, I went to a mechanic and he asked, aren't you married yet? Your husband should be doing this. I wouldn't want to confuse your little brain with man's knowledge.
Ah.
I guarantee you that guy
Wow.
is over 9 inches. I guarantee it. All right, a couple more left. This one on the Reddit thread was the classic question generally for blondes or redheads. So does the carpet match the drapes? This is something you shouldn't ask somebody. Like, I want to discuss anything related to my pubic hair. I guess that's true. And this one is, I think we've all been in a situation where we may have almost made this mistake, is asking a woman how long or how far along they are in their pregnancy. So this woman wrote, when are you going to have the baby? Was the most insulting question asked to her. And she sighed and she's like, I had him 6 months ago. Yeah. That's why you never ask, just assume they're fat and walk away. That is smart. Thank you. All right. Maybe it's not that smart. We're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. We're going to debut a music video from Flying Half Full, plus get ready for a live acoustic performance in studio. So you can check him out ahead of Steal the Show, Win the Dough, which is happening this Friday at The Rock. All that and more coming up next on Beef Vegan Presents. Don't go away. Clear. All right.
I Ed McMahon a lot in here. It's pretty nice that you just sit here with like this studio audience to just laugh.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty
We're
funny.
like, all right, good. That joke was funny. All right,
Right.
I appreciate you guys. All right. So I'm going to get ready for this music video that we're going to share. We also want to get you tuned up. So this will be a good time to get tuned up. But before we do that, let's go. Well, actually, someone was calling, but they hung up. So yeah, this is a good time to get tuned up. Go ahead and do that. Earlier this morning, we did our F My Life and we had a call from a guy going through a divorce. And we commiserated with him. And in case you missed it, it went a little something like this.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward. It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupid.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, welcome back to the show. It's time for another edition of F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com, subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, my phone lines are wide open. 600 KFMA, that's 600-5362. And Powers and I will weigh in on your F My Life situation. Are you ready, Powers?
Yes.
First F My Life situation sent to me by, this is her signature. It's amazing. Mom of a dumb blonde.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how she signed it. So that's her name. And she said, the other day I had to explain to my daughter that no, just because the word salad is in the name, it doesn't mean that macaroni or potato salad are automatically healthy for you. She still doesn't believe me. She's 19. F My Life. What do you say?
Yeah, she's got a long life ahead. She better meet a nice guy.
She sounds gorgeous, though,
She
mom of a
does.
dumb blonde. So some guy is going to be super lucky. Keep feeding her macaroni salad. Let's go to the phones. Rocco on 2.1. Who's this?
Hi, my name is Doc.
All right. What's your F My Life situation?
So I'm currently in the middle of a divorce, and I talked to my lawyer yesterday, and he literally wants to give everything my ex is asking for.
Oh, what a terrible lawyer. Are you paying this guy, or is he kind of like a public pretender?
Gave him the retainer, and literally every time I've talked to him since, he's telling me spousal support, child support, pay for her car, and pay for her lawyer, everything, man.
Jesus, is it too late to get a new lawyer? This is why I've never been married, because I never want to get divorced. I mean, this is ridiculous. Is there any compromise? You have any silver lining?
Thanks for throwing that at me now, Beef Vegan. I mean, where were you earlier, bro?
Yeah. You know what? I'll represent you in the court of law. I'll go in front of the judge and be like, Your Honor, this bitch deserves nothing.
Oh my God.
I said it.
I will take your offer, sir. Court is on the 23rd.
All right, I'll be there. I'll find my fanciest clip-on tie. But is that enough my life, Powers?
Yeah, that's enough my life.
100%. Good luck in your divorce, dude.
Thank you, brothers. Have a good one.
You too. Yeah. Ooh, those public pretenders, man. And that's not even a public pretender. That's an actual lawyer that he paid for. Like, who are you working for? You know what? I would double check, dude, to make sure your lawyer is not banging your ex-wife.
That's what I was going to say. Is that her brother? Like that? That's what you're going to find out.
Brother. Oh. I said banging, and you automatically made it incestuous. All right, next up, my life situation sent to me by Audra. She said, today I had to look at my positive eBay feedback to feel loved. Oh, that's my life for Audra.
I'm going to say big baby.
Okay, yeah. At least you have excellent customer service.
Yeah.
And I think that's an endearing trait.
I mean, it makes me like you more if it's a guy who buys on eBay.
Yeah. Did you give her 5 stars?
Oh, all day.
All right, final F My Life for the day. Today I got pulled over for speeding. After the cop asked for my license, he started laughing when he saw my picture. This was sent to me by Sean. F My Life for Sean.
Big baby, go take a new picture.
Yeah, hopefully get out of the ticket for being ugly. Be like, hey, you don't want to give me a fine. Look at this face. This face has been fined by God.
Good Lord.
Yeah. All right. What's why you?
Yeah, you go, hey, so when you do, how far? Oh, sorry about that. When you say, hey, how far along? When are you due? And they say, I'm not pregnant.
Yes, they do that all the time.
That is a kick in the, you know what?
Yeah. How many times have you done that, David?
I did that to a bartender back in Detroit that I knew fairly well. And I didn't know her fairly well after that.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the call, David. I appreciate it, brother.
No problem. Have a great day, dude.
You too. Take it easy. All right, so that's David calling and sharing his commisery with us this morning. All right, so we have a Flying Half Full in studio. Mario, show that off real quick. I want to hear this drum set. So Mario's playing drums on the phone, right? Yeah. So, and essentially, this is a program that you downloaded, and then you're just able to tap away at it?
Yeah, actually, I didn't have a drum set for like quite some time. So I just got so bored. I was playing guitar because I know how to play that as well, but I got really bored. So I was like, I want to play drums. So I went on Google's Play and I looked it up, and it's called Real Drum or Real Kick. So if you guys ever want to do it and practice, it's pretty cool. And just do some just fingering, and if you know how to
so you just
play,
finger your phone and you
basically, just do whatever. It's like texting in a way, but just you got to know your music and you got to know your drums.
So now, okay, let me ask you this. Okay, so you're getting so accustomed to this. Do you end up texting to the beat now? Like, do you ever when now when you're texting, are you doing beats when you're texting back to somebody?
No,
actually, I would fall into that. Right? All right, let's get ready to do an acoustic performance. We got you all set up and tuned up. Now you don't.
Now you don't.
See? All right. So what is the name of this first song that you're going to perform for us, guys?
The song's called My Blackout Song.
My Blackout Song, which there is a music video for this, Flying Half Full, on YouTube if you want to check that out. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Flying Half Full with My Blackout Song.
So can't you tell me what happened the night before? Can't find my clothes and there are wrappers on the floor. I guess that's a good thing, how can I complain? It just kinda sucks, I don't remember anything. It's going to be a tough one to get out of bed, but I'm feeling great, sublime's playing in my head. I can't remember anything that I did. At least she told me it was nothing stupid. Can I believe her? Is she lying to me? I guess I have no choice but to simply agree. I have scratches down my back and she has long nails. Gotta say thank you for making sure I did not land in jail. This is my blackout song, I don't remember shit. Knowing myself makes weekend, I repeat it. This is my blackout song, what did I do? At least I must have had a good time with you. This is my blackout song, I don't remember shit. Knowing myself next weekend, I repeat it. This is my blackout song, what did I do? At least I must have had a good time with you.
Yes. Oh, it's
Those-
a blackout song. Not Flying Half Full. Excellent
Those
job.
drums, man.
Those drums. Look at him go for the solo. Real quick, Mario. Give me the solo.
Oh,
Give me a solo real quick. That's amazing. That is amazing. All through the phone. That's fantastic.
Wait till you see him on a real kid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
exactly.
dude.
I mean,
man.
if you can shred on a phone, you can absolutely kick ass on a real kid. So I'm excited about that. Fantastic. Flying Half Full is the band, of course. Steal the Show, Win the Dough. We're gonna play their music video here in a little bit. About 55 seconds. We're gonna be back on the air doing some radio stuff as well. So that's how we're going. Have you guys heard about the Sonic Pickle Slushie? Have you had that?
No.
I don't like pickles.
You know, yeah. You
I'm
don't like-
curious.
It seems gross, but it's back. So if you're a pickle lover, the fast food chain has brought back their pickle juice slushy, which will be on the menu in August. I'll tell you what, though, as gross as that sounds, mix it with some tequila. You got yourself a cocktail, because picklebacks is the way to go when it comes to drinking tequila. Something about that combination. Yeah.
Stop by Sonic after this.
No, it's not back yet, but soon enough. Oh, I'm gonna show also on the podcast stream a woman who spent $2,600 on what ended up being a penis table. I gotta figure that out. And great moments in Screw You history. So those are a couple things we're gonna see in the podcast. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. In fact, actually, we just had a live performance from a Flying Half Full here in studio, and it was fantastic because this is the first. This is the first for me, Mario. All right. Now, I've had plenty of bands perform in studio before over the years, right? But this is the first time I've had a drummer come in and play the drums on his phone. And it was fantastic. It added to it well. Had the rhythm section all in their own shot. And real quick, give me a rim shot, Mario, just so you could hear it. Yeah, that's great. All on his phone. And it was able to just go through there. There was no loops, just playing live drums. So I thought that was super fun. So Flying Half Full, again, performing Steal the Show, Win the Dough this Friday with their attempt to steal the entire show and win the door. But real quick, I want to show you something. I came across this on boardpanda.com, and it's 35 of the biggest screw you moments ever witnessed in history. Okay. Now, a great screw you moment is like an F you, I'm out, or F you, you're cool, I quit. Kind of stuff like that. And going out on a high note is always a good screw you moment. Now, I'm not going to break down all 35 moments here, but there were a couple that I thought were noteworthy, like Frank Zappa, the legendary Frank Zappa. And this has something to do with radio as well. So Frank Zappa back in the day was interviewed by an abrasive radio host. Go figure. Not named Beef Vegan. Where's my rim shot? Mario.
There you go, Mario. Yeah, you got to be on that.
Yeah. There you go. His name was Joe Pine. That was the name of this a-hole DJ. And Pine commented to Zappa because Zappa had long hair. And at the time, of course, Joe Pine was a square. It was coming of age. And Joe said, so I guess your long hair makes you a woman. Oh, right. Now, Joe Pine actually lost his leg serving in World War II. That's a fun fact for all you audiophiles out there. Frank Zappa, without batting an eye, his response was, so I guess your wooden leg makes you a table. Rim shot. There you go.
Gotta be on it.
So that's a great moment in FU history. Yes, that's all right. All right. Now, Mr. Rogers, of course, Mr. Rogers is never going to say FU. He's a stand-up guy. All right. But he did do a moment where it was an FU to racism. That was historic, and it was documented in the documentary on Mr. Rogers, and of course the movie that starred Tom Hanks. It's when he shared a wading pool with a black man while people were fighting to keep black people out of public pools. Mr. Rogers was the first public figure, undeniable public figure, that actually shared a pool with a black person on television. And this was historic in many ways. And it was also something that could have easily got him canceled, got him in trouble, got it with the sponsors, whatever the case. But it didn't matter. At that point, he believed in equality so much that he was willing to risk his entire career to say F you to the racists out there. So Mr. Rogers is a legend. This one was a fun fact in history. For moments of screw you, when France was invaded during World War II, they cut the lines to the elevator up to the Eiffel Tower. Now, France, of course, lost in World War II, and they're not necessarily fighters. They're more lovers. But this was a way to say F you to the Nazis because the Nazis wanted to put the Nazi flag on top of the Eiffel Tower. So they couldn't stop them from doing that. But they say, okay, if you're going to do it, you're going to have to walk up those stairs, bitch. And that was the way. Thank you, Mario. And our final FU moment that I want to share with you here on the air before we get back into our podcast broadcast performances from Flying Half Full and checking out their music video was the guy on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? Now, when you play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, let me do a little background here. There we go. I just like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music. When you play that, you get lifelines, right? If you don't know the answer, you could phone a friend is one of the options. You got 50-50 as an option. Now, this guy had made it all the way through to the very last question, okay? And he didn't use 50-50. He didn't use any of the timelines. So when he got the last question, everyone's nervous. Is he going to be a millionaire? Is he going to be able to answer all this? And he's like, you know what? To the host, I would like to phone a friend. And as people are nervous, they're like, oh, you need help on the $1 million question? You're going to blow it all, dude. So he calls his dad. That's the friend he called up. And when he called his dad, he's like, hey, Dad, I just wanted to let you know that I'm about to win $1 million. What's up? And said F you to the game in that way. And that was a great American FU moment. So the guy on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire calling his dad just to brag that he knows the answer. Then he answered the question correctly. It's a good screw you moment. So we're going to share a couple more of our favorites on the podcast broadcast stream. You can join the conversation at youtube.com/BeefVegan. There we're also going to have another live performance from Flying Half Full. More Beef Vegan Presents coming up after the break on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Hey, so we only got.
Yeah, we're only gonna play one song.
Oh, you're only going to play one song?
Yeah.
Damn it, Steve. I'm teasing people to come on to the stream. That's right.
One song.
Good seeing you guys.
Later.
Now you're good. We got that music video anyways, which I want to share here
Cool.
In a moment, but I got to upload it. So it's going to take me a minute. As we get ready, let me do one more screw you moment. Let me scroll down. There. Let's see. Oh, okay. This one was my favorite. Okay. And again, it has to do with the Nazis. A lot of historic moments say fuck you to the Nazis, which is great.
That's great.
Right? I mean, if you're going to say F you to anybody, Nazis all day long, right? So J.R.R. Tolkien, right? One of the best fantasy writers of all time. In fact, Amazon just invested $1 billion in doing a reboot or a continuation of Lord of the Rings, which does look pretty good. And here's a fun fact. Peter Jackson was so imperative and important in bringing back Lord of the Rings to the mainstream. A lot of people even forgot about those classic novels. Once he did his trilogy, he won all the awards, broke box office records. It was timeless. And he did a great job. A lot of people gave Peter Jackson credit for being able to bring J.R.R. Tolkien's vision to life. But not everybody. People who did not like Peter Jackson's take on The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings is Tolkien's family. Yeah. So recently, when Amazon was going to, start this project to put together a new Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson offered his services as a consultant, saying, hey, it's kind of my thing. I would definitely love to help. If you need help, I'll do it for free. And that's when Amazon's like, sorry, Peter Jackson. Tolkien's family said, we'll allow you to do this as long as you don't fuck with Peter Jackson. So they blacklisted him for whatever reason. Yeah, they don't want him to be involved in this latest Lord of the Rings project. So this will be Peter Jackson-less Lord of the Rings on Amazon when that drops here soon. So that was a story that broke out this week. Now, this is a throwback legend of J.R.R. Tolkien. Okay, so Tolkien was in negotiations to sell The Hobbit in Germany. Okay. Now the Nazis were in power during that time, but World War II hadn't started yet. So it was right after World War I, right? And there's that lull in between. And the German publisher asked him to provide proof that he was Aryan, right? Before he would make any kind of deal. And this was his response. And there's an emphasis here. And this is probably the most elegant fuck you you're ever going to hear. Okay. He said, "Dear sirs, thank you for your letter. I regret that I am not clear as to what you intend by Arish. I am not Aryan extraction, that is Indo-Iranian. As far as I'm aware of, none of my ancestors spoke Hinduism, Persian, or Gypsy, or any related dialects. But I am to understand that you are inquiring whether I am of Jewish origin. I can only reply that I regret that I appear to have no ancestors of that gifted people. My great-great-grandfather came to England in the 18th century from Germany. The main part of my descent is therefore purely English. I am of an English subject, which should be sufficient. I have not been accustomed, nonetheless, to regard my German name with pride, and continue to do so through the period of the late regrettable war in which I served in the English army. I cannot, however, forbear to comment that if impermanent and irrelevant inquiries of this sort are to become the rule in matters of literature, then the time is not far distant when a German name will no longer be a source of pride." Essentially wrapping it up with "go fuck yourself." Yeah. It is fantastic. So that, I think that letter itself is in some kind of museum, but it's been well documented. So there you go. Yeah. Elegant fuck yous. Fuck you. All right. Do I have that? Did I kill enough time? No, I didn't. Okay. So earlier this morning, we did our morning moron, and it was a good one. It was a doozy. It was actually another Florida man. In case you missed it, went a little something like this. Rock 102.1 KFMA and 6:16 in time for your morning moron. All right, two morning morons. First is whoever came in the studio and effed everything up. I don't know who that is, but I'll find them. I will destroy them. But moving forward, a 32-year-old man. I have so many Florida man stories today. Yeah. I've been accumulating them throughout the week, and I've been trying to get to Florida man. Usually I do it at an 8 o'clock hour. And I had an overabundance and overflow, so Florida man made its way into the morning moron today. A 32-year-old man was arrested on Sunday in Florida after he rear-ended another vehicle just after 7 a.m. in the morning and failed a bunch of sobriety tests. So the guy was drunk, probably on cocaine. He was released later on a $500 bail, okay? Then after he was released, he went outside and then tried to break into a 2013 Chevy Tahoe.
Oh.
Yes, yeah. Then he tried to break into a 2010 Chevy Impala.
My city. Yeah.
And then he tried to break into a 2004 Ford van. And all three of those vehicles were actually parked at the jail that he was just released at.
Yeah.
Yes. On camera in the same parking lot. Didn't even leave the property. Attempted to break in after being released on a $500 bail. So the police came out and they're like, "Dude, what are you doing? We're watching you do this. This is insane. We just let you out of jail. And now you're committing more crimes before you even leave the property." And he turned around and he told deputies that he thought his keys were in the vehicle. So they're like, yeah, that was a good one. Oh, you're under arrest. Yeah. They arrested him, charged him with 3 more charges of auto burglary, and then he was later released again, but this time on $15,000 bail, right? So he gets bailed out again. What's he do? Goes straight back to the parking lot, looks for another car, this time finds a 2015 Chevy Impala, urinates on the door handle. Cops come out and they say, "Hey, what are you doing? You can't do that. That's our car. You can't urinate on it." And he's like, oh, sorry. I thought my keys were in this car. Arrest him again.
Wow.
Yes. Now he's being held on $30,000 bail, and he has not been released yet. Looks like he ran out of bail money.
Yeah.
So for all those reasons and more, this 32-year-old Florida man's definitely a morning moron.
while drinking with her people she calls friends. I just got home from another 12-hour shift. I feel things changing like a continental drift. What am I thinking? Oh, nothing will ever change. I bet I'll start cooking myself dinner on the range. She'll come stumbling in and I'll take her back. The waiting game's on, so I'm a OD on Prozac. What the fuck am I doing? The hook shouldn't be this confusing. I thought this was about being happy. Fucking I baby going to Miami. Likes to talk shit cause I like to drink after work. A shot of beer and a couple of tokes. I'm home though I'm not out talking to chicks. Why doesn't she understand the difference? I don't give a fuck if her friends judge me. I'm too busy making music and money. It's my fault though I should have learned not to think that she would magically transform. What the fuck am I doing? The whole shouldn't be this confusing. I thought this was about being happy. Fucking I'm leaving, going to Miami. What the fuck am I doing? The whole shouldn't be this confusing. I thought this was about being happy. Fucking I'm leaving, going to Miami. What the fuck am I doing? The hook shouldn't be this confusing. I thought this was about being happy. Fucking I'm leaving, going to Miami.
Half full with Miami. There's a music video right there in the podcast broadcast. Got a bunch of great comments on this video. So excellent job. You spent a lot of money on that. I'm trying to ask. All right. Yeah, it is priceless. Here we go. 3 seconds before we get on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA, hanging out with Flying Half Full, who's going to be performing at Steal the Show, Win the Dough this Friday. It's our 1 year anniversary party event, and I'm going to have Powers be full Powers that night. I gave him permission. I'm not going to hold him back, so be ready for that. Slide whistle and all. We'll be giving away prizes, playing the Last Word Live, Last Geek Standing, things like that. And, of course, we got our Rock Local Showcase. 5 great bands all performing with the intent of being the best performer of the night to take the entire door prize, which we're super excited about. Now that I have all 4 guys from Flying Half Full in studio, we got Alex, Mario, Jordan, and Steve. Let me ask you guys this. Which one of you is the better wingman? All right. Now, I know that some of you might be in relationships, whatever the case. So would any of you consider yourself a good wingman? Steve.
Yeah, I think I would be the guy.
For sure. I would think that you would be the guy, Steve. I was waiting for you to say something. I got some examples here to see if you actually are like a good wingman. Well, actually, if I got examples that you're not a good wingman. So these are 7 signs that you may not be a good wingman. Okay. Say number 7 is pretty funny. If you make your friend's sexuality unclear. Right. And I feel like I've done that to Powers. So I apologize.
He does it all the time.
I'm sorry. It's those gold shoes. It's hard not to be like, I don't know what team he's playing for.
I just like to peacock. I like to look good.
I mean,
the chicks dig it. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you like something about that peacock. Maybe it's the second half. Also, number 6. What about you're impatient? So you don't want to try to seal the deal for your friend. You just want to get the night to progress. Have you ever been in situations, Steve, where you felt like your wingmanning was a little too impatient? You're like, hey, what's the deal? Why don't you marry my friend right now?
Man, no, not really, because Alex usually has everything under control.
Yeah. Lead singering. So what would you say, Steve, is like one of your like go-tos as a wingman? If you're going to do a wingman, what are you trying to do to kind of help seal the deal for your bud?
Well, it's kind of like consoling the girl that Alex doesn't want to talk to anymore.
Is that a wingman, or is that just a scavenger at the end of the day? Just like, I'll take it.
You know how singers are.
Yeah, I know how singers are. And now he's a tall dude, long hair, so I understand it. Here's some other signs you may not be a good wingman. If you're bad at selecting targets, this is a classic mistake. Sometimes the wingmans are like, you know what, buddy? I know you're going through a breakup. I'm going to help you. And then they'll go up to like a woman, and then and then the woman turns around, she has a beard, and it's Alex. And you're like, oh my God, nice. Beautiful long hair. I was so mistaken. So so you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Say if you can't count is a sign that you're not a good wingman. So if you've seen wingmen who leave their buddy with like 2 potential smashes, that's a big mistake. Because if your friend needs help in getting one girl to talk to him, what makes you think he could handle 2 of them around, right? So you got to make sure the math lines up. Wingman is like a solo mission. Be like, here you go. Say if you're a little too funny, that could be a thing. So essentially, if you're not a good wingman, if you're more charming than the person you're wingmanning for, right? So you got to make sure that whoever you're trying to set up is gets the punchline, is a little more funny. That's what makes me a terrible wingman, because nobody out funnies the beef. Yeah, I said that. Yeah. Thank you, Mario. Thank you, Mario. All right. Oh, okay.
Dude, I guess Steve's not a great wingman then, because he'll outcharm any of them.
I guess I'm not good at wingman.
Yeah, no, you got some role models on you, Steve. I know you got some tricks up your sleeve. I know it. I can see it. All right, there's two more signs that you're not a good wingman. Number 2 is that you're in a relationship. So for whatever reason, it's easier when you're a single wingman, as opposed to trying to be like the married guy trying to set up your desperate friend. And the number 1 sign that you're not a good wingman is you're just too good looking, right? So leave the wingman stuff up to the dudes that are solid 5s, all right? If you go in any bar and you just clean up, and you basically need somebody to follow behind the girl with a mop, that means you're not wingman material. You're too good looking. You close the deal every time you open the deal. So stay away from trying to help out your friends, and let your chubby friend help out. Chubby ones are always the good wingmen. Trust me, I'm a pretty good wingman. Powers, if you were in a relationship right now, I'd get you laid in a heartbeat. Have you met Alex? Check out that long hair.
Yeah, I think I owe you some reason why I do have a girlfriend these days. So thanks, buddy.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, I did wingman that too. So There you go. So 7 signs. So try not to be a bad wingman this weekend when you come out to the Rock for the Steal the Show, Win the Dough. Be a good wingman and avoid all those classic mistakes. All right, we're gonna got a couple words we're gonna share with you real quick. We'll be back after the Offspring with your beef tip, but we'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. You can join us there on youtube.com/beefvegan. Yeah.
It's always on the outs. It's always on the
It is sometimes, not always on the outs,
Not always,
but
it's
yeah.
when you stammer, it's always when you're closing it out.
Right. And some directing traffic everywhere, you know. I'm like, hey, join us here, and then don't forget over there, and then we keep it right here. I know a lot of hand movements, a lot of hand stuff is what they say. So, Mario, you can come in anytime. I need that rim shot on a daily. You know. In fact, actually, I was mad that I didn't write a bunch of stupid one-liners ahead of time. If I would have known you were going to be coming in with that, and I always have a few on my show sheet, which is a bunch. There's a lot of stuff we didn't get to.
I was actually thinking about it at the last moment when you guys asked us to do some songs. We're like, what can we do? And I was like, I'm not gonna bring a whole drum set in the studio.
No, smart.
And so I was like, I brought the phone since I know how to do it too. So, yeah.
I think that worked out great. And we check out the replay, and everyone on the stream, did you hear Mario's drums well enough during the performance that Flying Half Full did? I think they did. You know, felt like, and again. Yeah, it was fantastic. And soon, at the end of the month, the next time we have you guys in, we're gonna have the studio upgraded. Hopefully, that's the intent of the company. And so when that happens, I should have a couple extra microphones. We'll have room opened up. Not necessarily for a full drum kit. I'll still kind of advise against that because that's just a pain in the ass, to be honest.
I could do it on the phone for you anytime.
Yeah. But I might even be able to plug you into a board, you know, and go direct. Oh, imagine that. And then it would have some bass to it. And, oh, yeah. You could do remixes, mashups. The sky's the limit, really. All right. Let's play the 5-second rule. All right. Who here is the quickest thinker?
I don't
know.
We're all pretty slow. None of us. I guess.
Yeah. All right, well, let's find out.
Maybe repeat ourselves.
We're going to find out right here. So the 5-second rule is simple. I'm going to ask you a question. You got to give me 3 correct answers within 5 seconds. Okay, so we're going to go through one at a time and see who can master the 5-second rule. We'll whittle it down to a champion. All right, Steve, you're going to start it off. Okay, here we go. 5 seconds on the clock, Steve. Name 3 fruits that are green. Go.
Green apple, watermelon, seedless grapes.
Boom. Done. So Steve got 1 point. All right, here we go. Alex, ready? Name 3 websites for horny people. Go.
X videos, Pornhub, YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll allow it. All right. 1 point for Alex there. YouTube. What thirsty videos are you searching on YouTube? Topless ASMR?
Exactly. You got it, man. You've been watching my.
Yeah. I'm a horny person as well, Alex. All right. See, Jordan. Here we go. Name 3 computer brands.
Acer, HP, Mac.
Okay. Look at that. You guys are killing the game right now. Mario, have you been a KFMA listener for a while now?
I've been listening to you for about it's a while.
Right. So
it's been
since my first show on KFMA years ago.
Yeah, my sister got me into you.
Nice. Oh, shout out to your sister too. All right, so this one's gonna be a little difficult. So I think the old school KFMA listeners might know this, but I'm gonna ask you this question. So it might not be the fairest, but it is your question, Mario. Name 3 former DJs on KFMA.
Ooh, I do not know.
Yeah,
I'm young. I'm younger than all of you.
that's true. I get it.
I'm only 23.
Yeah. So, does anyone here? Do you guys know any former DJs on KFMA? It's one of those trick questions I was going to ask on the air. It's not easy, obviously, because this station has been like a skeleton crew since COVID.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
I listen to KFMA all the time too.
You know the ones. I mean, I could do real. Whoever wants to jump in on this, name 3 cast members on Beef Vegan Presents.
Just point.
That guy.
Shout out to you guys.
Shit, he's the only one in the room right now. Let's see if we. Okay, Manny said John, Frank, and Beef. All right. Well, no, I'm still current. So that's former. Dino, yep. He was one. Shout out to Dino. Dino Boy Wonder. Yep. Mari. There were some bigger names back in the day too. Fook was a morning show guy. Yeah. I mean, if I was on the FM and shouted that out, I'm sure there'd be some old school listeners that will remember some of their favorite DJs. But again, that was a trick question. So Mario, you're eliminated. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. Going back to Steve. All right, 5 seconds on the clock here. Steve, name 3 bands that start with the letter D and go.
Devo, Dio.
Oh, ran out of time, Steve. Steve has been eliminated. Yeah, I know. I mean, you can look around at the posters. All right, Alex.
All right.
All right. Name 3 bands that start with the letter T and go.
Theo Side from Tucson.
Oh, no. Sorry. Now Alex is eliminated. Jordan, if you get this last 5-second rule question correct, you won this game. So you are the champ of the 5-second rule, okay? All right. And still on that band tip, okay? So give me 3 bands that start with the letter S and go.
Skillet, Sublime, Supertramp.
Baboski. There you go.
On it this morning.
I
Huh?
got robbed.
Jordan, congratulations. You won the last word. All right, we're going to wrap things up here on this FM side here in about 20 seconds. Thank you guys again. You guys got any plugs or shout outs you want to give real quick?
I just want to give a shout out to my mom, my cousin Tyler, and everybody that I told to watch us. And shout out to all you guys. Thank you. And shout out to all the bands that we're going to be playing with on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lots of love. Cool. All right, we're on here in 5 seconds, getting right into the beef tip. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. I've been loving this week's shows, and we're only halfway through the week because we're getting all our bands in that are going to be part of Steal the Show, Win the Dough this Friday at the Rock. It's going to be a fantastic party and a local music showcase. I'd like to thank Flying Half Full for coming in. Thank you, Alex, Mario, Jordan, and Steve. Thank you for performing with us and showcasing a music video. That song is called Miami. So when you guys get a chance, if you don't watch the replay of the podcast, you could check out Flying Half Full on YouTube. Search Miami to start off with and then go down the rabbit hole. They got a bunch of great music videos there. Also, tomorrow morning, we're going to have So Sick in studio. They're going to perform for us as we gear up for the weekend takeover that is Beef Vegan Presents. Before we wrap up the show, I just want to give you a beef tip, okay? So there's a pub in the UK that has one rule, all right? That rule is no Karens, Darrens, or wet wipes needed, right? So essentially, if you're a Karen, if you're a Darren, if you're a wet wipe, this is a new slang that I want to use on a daily basis, you cannot come into that pub if you're an a-hole, right? So this is something where it's not illegal to say. Every business has the right to refuse a service to anybody, especially if that person's being an a-hole. So my beef tip to you is don't be an a-hole and don't get a nickname like Karen, Darren, or Wet Wipe, unless you're going to be on the radio on this show, because I'd love to have a cast member named Wet Wipe. I mean, that's fantastic. Can I call you Wet Wipe Powers?
No.
Damn it. All right. Thanks to the drum roll there, Mario. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube page, youtube.com/beefvegan. Tomorrow morning, we'll give away tickets for Daughtry, Saliva, and 3 Days Grace. Until then, Mucho is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef,
thanks, guys.
You will come and end to all your grief. Woo! But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.